We are live. NBA Rundown time brought to you by RunPureSports.com. I'm your host, Fred Astaire, joined, like I do every Monday, by our guy, Tyler Hicks, and of course, JC Zargo, bringing the winners. JC, last week, it cashed by halftime. The play you gave out, who was it? It was a role player. Who was it?
Oh gosh, I've already forgotten. Melton, DeAnthony Melton.
Yeah, DeAnthony Melton, right? I mean, where else can you get DeAnthony Melton insight? But you get it here on the NBA Rundown, brought to you by RunPureSports.com. I talk to Tyler every day, JC, so we're going to start with you. We haven't seen you for a week. Talk to me about your thoughts on the National Basketball Association.
It's been an interesting weekend. I mean, those Memphis Grizzlies. I mean, what is there really to say about them? They suck. Even when Ja Morant goes out there, drops 40, they still can't pick up a win. That first quarter was some of the worst basketball I've probably ever seen. And as a Clippers fan, I've seen some crappy basketball. So I think that series is done. If they win tonight, maybe they can make things interesting, but I don't see that happening. I think LeBron's going to be moving on. Sunday, man, I put it in my article. You'll be thrilled to hear this. I like the Kings to win this series. I like Golden State on Sunday, but I said, if you want Golden State to win the series, take them now before that game. That's as good as the odds are going to get for Golden State. They're going to win this game, and then it's going 7, and Sacramento's going to win Game 7 at home. I placed that future today. I had a nice little odds boost from, I believe it was Caesars, hooked me up with a little odds boost. So I got Kings and 7. It's been great. It's been great. We'll get into this a little more into the Lakers game, a little more into the Heat series, because that's been interesting. Past that, I mean, relatively chalky. Cleveland series been exciting, but we knew that was going to be what it's been. And Denver's been Denver. Cash my Philly and 4 prop. So, I got no complaints here.
Great call on that Philly and 4. I thought Brooklyn would show a little more heart. But even without Embiid, they were eliminated. Tyler, your takeaways from the weekend?
Yeah, all I got to really take away from Saturday. I took yesterday off. It was a pretty stress-free day, I will say that. But, I mean, Saturday, the Nets just played, 3 quarters, and they decided they were going home early. We bet the money line, so that wasn't fun. Then we bet the over in the Suns game, and we get a 17-point quarter out of the Clippers, and they come about 10 points short. So if they'd have figured out how to shoot the ball in the second quarter, we'd probably get that game up over that total. So it wasn't the best weekend, but we push on a couple more weeks to the season spread.
Yeah, definitely. It felt like I missed. I probably should have talked to you yesterday morning. Got off to a great start, taking the Knicks in the under, and then the whole day just went apart for me. I thought the Hawks would be respectable. They were not. Right. I mean, just a rough night for me overall there. I had the under in the Kings game. That I probably would have had you talk me out of that one, Tyler. So we'll be, of course, working on the playbook together today. Kings game was the most fun I thought that we had all weekend. I was a little disappointed in Mike Brown calling that timeout there with 10 seconds to go. I think you just let Fox run. We had a 5-on-4 opportunity. And it feels like back in the day, they used to always call timeout there. Recently, it feels like the coaches have been letting their guys run, when they have those transition opportunities. So, hey, it's just nice to see us out there in a respectable series. But I wish Mike Brown would have had a little more trust in his guys there at the end of Game 4. Maybe a transition. We were only down 1. We didn't need a 3. What were your thoughts overall on the thoughts for the weekend, JC, before we move into tonight?
Yeah, no, I thought that was a huge game for Sacramento because while it was a loss, it proves they can run with Golden State at home. So that's going to be huge, right? They should take care of business in Game 5. But it shows there's a chance they can close out in Game 6 because things are going to get dicey if they have to play Game 7. So it just kind of shows it won't necessarily come down to Game 7. They'll have a chance in Game 6 to close out the series. I thought that was huge. And then, I mean, how we're going to talk about DeJounte Murray? I mean, That dude's just been giving his all this series. He's been a stud, but just Hawks can't catch a break. And he said, I think he said, I'm done with this season because he's just going to go ahead and get himself tossed for the next game.
Yeah, is he officially tossed?
Not officially, but you can't touch a ref like that. And
yeah, he's going to get suspended. It wasn't even like he can't even sit there and be like, oh, I accidentally bumped him. Like play was over. He turned around, targeted him, gave him a little chest bump, looked at him as he walked away. Yeah, so there's really no way to say you didn't mean to bump into him there. And Grant Williams got suspended for one where he popped up off the floor after a foul and ran into the ref, where maybe you could have been like, he just didn't see him on the way up and he got suspended a game. So I think he's going for game 5.
Yeah, suspension, I'm sure a heavy fine too.
All right. Anything else from this weekend, Tyler?
No, that's pretty much it for me.
All right. I guess my last thing I want to say about the weekend is, hey, right? I think that we've been pretty good on this show about taking our L's, right? We gave Russell Westbrook props. So we, the people, needs to start giving RJ Barrett props. Do you remember, Tyler? We were talking about RJ Barrett when we were doing the series preview, and he was just LOLing all over the place. I mean, he lost his ass. He was laughing his ass off about us saying RJ Barrett being the key to the series. And, kid's looking pretty good. How are Knicks fans feeling about RJ Barrett right now, Tyler?
Well, you're talking to a guy that bet the Cavs, so not on the side that you're on, and I'm not a part of that week because I still think RJ Barrett stinks, so I don't know who agreed with you, but whoever else was on that show, that's the guy that should be victory lapping with you.
I mean, it was huge.
Your thoughts, RJ Barrett, JC?
Oh, yeah, but I mean, both. I mean, huge props to Russell Westbrook for sure. I mean, giving the Clippers a chance without PG and Kawhi. RJ Barrett, yeah, man. I mean, he's impressive. He's been keeping his team in the series. You knew it was going to be a fun series, and it's just, man, I have nothing to say on that series. Both teams are played incredible, shown they deserve to be there, but it's just such an anomaly compared to all the other series. They all feel are basically playing out as you'd expect, but this one is just every night is going to be a drag-out fight.
Well, I would say there's another series that's not playing out how we expected, and that's the first game for tonight. So excellent segue there, JC, because the Milwaukee Bucks, right? I thought Milwaukee was going to cruise all over this Miami team, right? Wasn't really high on Miami. I mean, how bad did they look losing that playing game to the Atlanta Hawks? But things changed when Giannis Antetokounmpo hurt his back in game 1. He missed game 2. Bucks shot the lights out. They run him off the floor, right? Now in game 3, the Heat have shot the lights out. So now each games we've had like anomalies from 3-point range where they're way outperforming their season averages. Giannis is, probable for tonight. The line says that he's playing. The line is -7.5. It's a lot of points for a Miami team that, hey, they're at home. They're up 2-1. What are your thoughts, JC?
Yeah, no, I mean, so I was looking at the numbers today, and I'm about a day late and $1 short with this one. We should have seen this coming. I was looking at the Bucks record in the regular season without Giannis. They were 11-8, and 2 of those 8 losses came against Miami. Miami can play this team when they don't have Giannis. So, yeah, the Bucks pulled out that blowout win in game 2 without him, but should have seen this coming. It was set up. They were ready to knock him down. That's exactly what happened. So, like I said, certainly not in time with this take. A little behind on the numbers, but it kind of adds up. It's not as crazy as it seems. So tonight, with Giannis back, listed as questionable, all reports indicate he's playing. It should be a statement win for the Bucks. They're going to be the Bucks we've seen all regular season with him. I think they storm back, take the series. And even if Giannis isn't quite at full health, even if he's lagging, minutes kind of limited, and they go down 3-1, I'll still take the Bucks to win this series because as long as everyone's running at full health, they're just an unbeatable force.
Tyler, I love what he's saying. Milwaukee Bucks, unbeatable force. Do you agree?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're going to smash this game. I mean, Miami's been shooting the lights out all 3 games this series. I think their effective field goal percentage is above 60% in all 3. Their 3-point percentage is above 40% in all 3 of those games. But you could argue that the Bucks defense just isn't the same, missing their best defender in Giannis. He helps out Brook Lopez become the defender he is, how he got himself in the Defensive Player of the Year race. That's a lot had to do with Giannis and not as much Brook Lopez. He's going to also help him on offense in transition. He's going to get into the hoop a lot. He's going to draw fouls. So I like the Bucks to win this game. I like the win margin, Bucks by 11, plus 140. I think they smash them. I don't mind doing the first quarter, first half, and full game also. Because with Butler banged up too, God forbid you see him miss this game. Or if he's even limited, who else runs their offense? Gabe Vincent, Kyle Lowry, Bam. Like, they just don't have any other bodies with Hero and possibly Butler missing here. So I'm on the Bucks. I think they smash. I like the Giannis rebounds prop also at 11.5. Middleton over 2.5 threes. And then I actually go opposite of our guy, We the People here. I think this hurts Lopez's points and his rebounds. And you can get his PRA at 21.5. I kind of like the under there.
All right. Interesting thoughts there. I don't know where to go with this one. I think I agree with you guys as far as
the Heat can't keep shooting this well. And you got to think it's like, all right, they shot well in the first 3 games against a different setup defense. With Giannis back, if there's going to be any regression on the shooting, it's got to be tonight.
Yeah, I would. It feels like it's Bucks or pass to me. This Heat line seems tricky. But we've seen how these teams down 2-1 compete. And, I mean, it's do or die for Milwaukee here. I mean, yes, they could come back down 3-1 because they do have, it's 2 home games to win. But you got to feel you're going to get their best effort, their best strategies, their best preparations. Anything that Coach Bud has, it's coming out tonight. He's not saving it for Game 5. We the People is on Bucks by 10. Our guy Steven thinks that Miami South Beach distracts everyone. JC, is this true?
Not Giannis. Not the Greek Freak, man. I mean, it's maybe some of the other guys are going to be a little lagging today, but, I mean, that man is focused on catching another ring.
And I think that while the regular season, these travel cities are a huge part of our handicaps, right? Let's fade teams in Atlanta. Let's fade teams in Houston, right? Where are the best strip clubs? Let's fade the teams there. In the playoffs, I kind of throw that out, but
especially when you're down.
Before I talked to on the wagering world. I talked to we had a player on, and he said, "Yeah, these guys will go out even the nights before playoff games. So don't think that they're as locked in as you are."
But especially down in a series, if they were up 3-0, yeah, maybe you kind of see that. But I mean, being down 2-1, these guys they know they got to show up tonight.
Can anybody find a wire-to-wire here where they Bucks lead the entire game from start to finish? I can't find one.
That would suck if they went down 2-0, hit a 3, and then you didn't win it because of that.
No, they just have to be up at the end of every quarter. It doesn't.
Every quarter. Okay, I thought you meant the whole 48 minutes.
Here we go. Yeah, wire-to-wire is playing out plus 250.
Yeah, I love that. Then where's that at?
I just did a same game parlay on FanDuel.
Okay.
And that's just money line, no spread.
Okay. I'm definitely betting that then.
All right, guys.
I'm sorry. Hang on. No, yeah, second quarter. Wait, no. First quarter, halftime. Well, what am I missing? Hang on. Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I think that's definitely a bet tonight. Can you add the win margin in right there? Plus 11 or the 11 plus.
You want to go? You want to go that high with it? Jeez. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's just a complete blow. I think
Tyler's trying to make some money tonight, JC.
He's really chasing his losses, isn't he?
Yeah.
11 plus bumps it up to plus 356.
Yeah, that's my bet for tonight for sure in this game. I think
I'd feel more comfortable. I want just a -7. You can still get plus 300 if you just do -7.
I don't mind that either. I just think it's one of the games they win by like 25.
They got to. Like it's a statement win for sure.
All right. 2 variations on how to approach that game. Do you want to go for the plus 350, play it safe for the plus 300? All right. Maybe just be like me and just take -7.5 for -110.
What do you guys think of Miami's team total? 105.5.
No.
Oh, I'll grab that under.
I like
really?
I'm with him. I like the under too.
Oh, absolutely.
Why is that? Break it down.
I mean, they have to regress shooting the ball. And with Giannis back, it's going to happen right here, in my opinion. I could see, and Butler's injured too. Like, if Butler has to go to the locker room at some point, his back's giving him problems. this team is just going to die offensively. So I could see them hanging like 90 points.
I didn't realize how high the total's been all 3 games. Every game they've been up, it's been 120 or higher.
That was without Giannis, though, too, on the defensive end.
Yeah, Giannis only played 11 minutes in game 1. Grabbed 3 rebounds.
Look at some of those shooting percentages, though. Like, if me and you went and played 2K, I'm sure we couldn't replicate some of those shooting percentages.
That's for sure. There are way too many better bets to be had in this one that I'm going to stay away from a 105.
I'll agree with that, but if I had to bet, I'm taking the under.
Sure. Yeah, that's fair.
All right. Anything more in this game before we move on?
I was kind of liking Middleton under points. You know, he's led the team in scoring in games 1 and 3. He was right behind in game 2. But with Giannis taking over, I kind of wonder if he's going to see the same looks. Was my initial inclination. However, I mean, there is a chance that they just rout them and he's still able to get his shots in. So it's what I'm toying with.
All right. Let's move on. In Los Angeles, the Lakers are determined to spread their brand of evil upon the world, and the Memphis Grizzlies did not put up much of a fight. To be fair, however, after the first quarter, they did win the last 3 quarters, but they fell down 35-9. I mean, Tyler, talk about making me sick to my stomach. What were your thoughts here as the Lakers easily defeated the Grizzlies?
Yeah, I mean, you could thank Dylan Brooks for that because you poked the bear and the entire team responded.
Does it really matter? You don't think the Lakers would have smacked them anyways?
I don't think they would have went up like they did and as quick as they did. I think they still won that game, but, I mean, they came out. Fire was lit right off the bat. The game was over before it started. You seen LeBron talking to Dylan Brooks before the game, telling him he's just fooling around out there. Make your shots tonight because we will, and they went out and did that. So I think Memphis comes out desperate tonight, though. You're going to see them fight in the first half. But do you guys know their record as a road underdog this year?
I find it, but I certainly don't know it off the top of my head.
My guess is you do, so let us know.
0-16. They haven't won a single game on the road as an underdog this year. Could it change right here? Yeah, it could because they're desperate, but I don't think it will. But I do think they win some early quarters in this game. They could win the first quarter. They could win the first half. But I think in the end, you see the Lakers got this game out and win it. So I don't hate a halftime, full-time Memphis Lakers. I do think the Lakers win the game. I think AD has another big game. His points props 23.5. Give me the over there. And D'Angelo Russell hasn't shot the ball that well all this series. The dude's going to catch fire eventually in one of these games. Why not right here at home? He shot well in a playoff game for Minnesota last year. After everybody talked bad about him, he's such a bad playoff player. The dude went out there and hit 4 to 5 threes. So I think it happens right here. I like his 4+2.
Tyler, I was right with you till we got to D'Angelo Russell.
I mean, of course you were, because you just don't like D'Angelo Russell. Because
I'm with you on AD, defense. And I don't like him.
But AD plays defense. That's the only reason why you like him.
I mean,
hey,
you know me pretty well.
Honor's dropping some disrespect in the chat. I've never heard that. That is absolutely hilarious.
Oh, I've heard other people say that. But for those just listening, Otter wrote Jaws empty calories in the playoffs. Ceiling is a little higher, but not much. Your thoughts, JC?
Yeah, no, I got no love for this Memphis team. I mean, as much as I hate the Lakers,
wow. Okay.
They're just falling apart here. I mean, John puts up 41. They still can't secure a win. Like, it's not even getting better than that. I don't even know if he can do that 2 games in a row. Like I thought about his point props.
That was like the fakest 41, though. What was it? 24.
You guys don't think that we're
24 of those points came in the fourth quarter when the game was sealed. They were up 20 going into the fourth. They took their foot off the gas and let him do that.
What were you going to say, Spike?
All right. When we went ahead 2-0 and everyone was moving us into the next round, and I'm talking about the Sacramento Kings, right? I said, hey, watch out. Because although they've looked good, all it takes is the Warriors to win 2 games at the Chase Center. Now they've got momentum, 2-2, 3-game series, right? I feel the same thing is happening here. Now, I haven't placed the bet. I haven't put my money where my mouth is. I'm just, what do people say when they're basically, I'm just asking questions, right? It's a way to take a stand without taking a stand. Yes, chat, go ahead. Yeah, I don't take stands sometimes, right? We're just talking through these games. But I feel that people are counting Memphis out and just acting like the Lakers have already advanced. Same deal. Memphis wins tonight. They go back 2-2 in a 3-game series. I don't think the series is over yet, and I'm a little hesitant to count Memphis out. JC, what are your thoughts if I am just asking questions and afraid to take a
starting this.
Go ahead.
His bias is showing again. Like
how
spread how? Just tell me
how did they win? I don't know. They're the second seed in the West. They won the second most games.
Okay, with about 3 different guys that aren't there anymore, that aren't coming back to help. The best bench players on the Lakers side.
I mean, Dylan Brooks isn't going to play, right?
On the Lakers side.
Dylan Brooks isn't going to play tonight, right?
No, he's playing. Yeah, let's say, where'd you find that information?
He didn't get suspended for that nut
tap?
No.
Oh, damn it.
No, James called up Silva and said, no, let Brooks play.
Let him play. We need somebody to hook up bricks. He'll be out there tonight shooting 15 threes, making maybe 2 of them. So there's no pathway they win this series unless Jaren Jackson somehow scores you 30 points in the next 3 games and gets a combined 4 fouls in those 3 games. It's not happening.
That's a little bit too much. I think he can get away with 24 points per game and 12 to 13 fouls. But I understand your point. I still think that I don't know.
No. It's how Memphis is losing is very different than how Sacramento is losing. That's why I said the Kings losing by 1.
But they won the last 3 quarters, 92 to 76.
Who cares? That's what happens when you take like a 20-point lead in the first quarter. You don't have to. You can let your starters sit the whole fourth quarter.
Spread. Since you wanted to bring your Kings back up, your point guard has a fractured finger and he's doubtful for Game 5.
Piling on today, huh? Piling on, huh? You guys loving this?
You wanted to talk about your Kings again. Well, now we got to bring them back up.
Yeah. No, the Grizzlies have been embarrassed this series. And so, even if maybe, I don't know, somehow they pull out a win tonight, it's just not happening.
If they pull out a win tonight, they have 2 home games.
So what?
Grindhouse. I'm just throwing stuff out there now.
Like, okay, then it goes 7, and then I don't think...
Whoop that trick. I'm just throwing things out there.
You throw it out there all you want. It doesn't change anything. Like the Grizzlies will win 1 more game because Dylan Brooks will catch fire. Like, that's how he operates. Is once every blue moon, he does go like 8 for 10 from beyond the arc, and he thinks he's Curry. And then the next game, he's going to go do it. But I don't know if you saw that in Game 3. They were just letting him shoot. Bane and Jackson don't get the ball. Brooks goes, oh, I'm wide open. Let me shoot. It's like, no, buddy, you're not a shooter. Their game plan should be just don't give the ball to Brooks. He's acceptable on defense. Like, I think he does a good job of containing LeBron. But him on offense is their problem. And if he keeps shooting, they don't stand a chance. But I'm worried is tonight he goes off and he thinks he's got his touch back and he doesn't.
Clyde, you better delete that because it might happen and then you'll someone's gonna get you there.
No, I completely agree. He will have 1 game.
Yeah, that's why I'm worried that this could be tonight. And then Clyde's going to be out there.
We're worried about a Dylan Brooks going off game, but we want to throw D'Angelo Russell in the trash and him going off tonight. What are we doing? Like, what are we even talking about right now?
Fired up, Tyler. Doing it for the gram or for the Vine. You remember doing it for the Vine? That was sweet.
It doesn't like Ja will win 1 more game for this team. But still, they're not winning this series. This is the Lakers series to blow. And unless AD or LeBron blows out their knee, there's no way Memphis comes back.
I'm glad. Me and my guy, We the People, right? We're looking like that meme right now.
Hand in hand. I don't see him agreeing with you on Dylan Brooks, though.
What did I say about Dylan Brooks? You know what I called him on the last show I did? This is a great nickname. I probably already even thought of. Discount Draymond. I mean, all he does is just play good defense and be super annoying.
But he's not even like that good.
He's not even the same.
That's why he's discount. Yeah. You're not getting the full Draymond. You're getting great value Draymond. I mean, a really bad offshoot brand.
Yeah, he talks more trash, just worse on defense. That's fair. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I mean, it's a really bad discount. Maybe dollar store Draymond is better. Dollar store Draymond.
Yeah, it sucks too, man. Because like this, I don't have any love for the Grizzlies, but they're a fun team to watch when they're healthy. So losing Adams, it does suck because we're getting a lesser product as a result.
And
it
Brandon
means
Clark off
LeBron
the
moves on.
bench.
Huh?
And it's like,
Yeah, I
Brandon
mean,
Clark off
it's
the
been the
bench.
story of the playoffs.
Yeah.
It's definitely been the story of the playoffs. I mean, great thing we have these 82-game regular seasons so we can watch.
Can we talk about everyone's favorite backup point guard they want paid in the NBA too?
Tyus Jones. Let's talk about him, Tyler.
I mean,
I thought we were talking Matt McClung.
Do we see his game last?
Is he alive still?
In game 3?
I don't know who you're talking about.
No, we do. Tyus Jones?
Who?
Tyus Jones.
The backup point guard, Memphis.
That's what we're talking about? Yeah,
Yeah.
Tyus Jones is a stud.
Did you see his game last game out? Because he's definitely a stud. If that's what you want to call it.
I mean, what are you getting at, Tyler? What are you getting at?
I think the dude's a bit overrated. Like, he sees his minutes, he looks good. I think he's one of those guys. If a team looks at him like how the Knicks looked at Brunson, they're gonna overpay for a point guard that's
nobody's
never
putting
gonna
him
win
on
them
that
that
level.
I said that last season. So when Ja was missing time, Tyus Jones, he's like Lou Williams.
Yes, I can agree
No,
with that. Yes.
Lou Williams could get a
He
bucket
looks
better than
great
Tyus.
in that little bit of time he gets a run, but if you ever paid him to be the main guy, he's not going to be that guy.
No, but Lou Williams was like just a walking bucket they couldn't defend. Tyus Jones is actually a good defender, but he can't score at nearly the rate.
Yeah, but I mean the defense, like it evens out when you like Lou's offense versus Jones's defense, but the point still stands. You put them in a starting role, they're gonna waffle. They are.
Okay, I understand if that's your point there. If that's your point
they're-
there, I could see that. And you also have to remember point guard's the deepest in the league, right? Remember a couple years ago when I wanted to get rid of Fox and I was saying, okay, but now go to your fake trades. Like, who really needs him? Because every team that's already a contender has a top point guard, right? And the teams that don't, I don't know if they would, trade for a player like that on a different timeline. So,
and Tyus is a traditional point guard in a league that's turned to
scoring point guards.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, JC, any thoughts on tomorrow night's line? Since we got through our 2 games pretty fast. I asked a couple questions that the panel was not seeing it my way. They did not want to go down the road of Art Bell and coast to coast. And start thinking about all these different conspiracies and possibilities. Hey, what if aliens land at crypto.com tonight? We got 3 games. I mean, I was like, boy, I think I'm gonna take tomorrow night off, sit at home, watch some basketball. Wait, is it worth it? The Celtics are minus 12.5 to finish off their series.
That
Nuggets
should tell you Murray's suspended right there.
Or it should tell you the Hawks suck.
Yeah, but those games were lined at like 7. If you're going to suspend one of the main players, that tells you why that's
Murray's
low.
not worth 5 points, but I'm still not taking the Hawks.
Yeah, all the games are 3-1. All the games tomorrow.
I'm going for these lines. The Nuggets are minus 9 to finish their series, and the Suns are minus 11.5. Would you take the dog in any of those 3 games, JC? Since we won't have you on tomorrow,
Definitely not the Hawks. The problem is I'd consider either the Clippers or the Wolves if they were at home, but both being on the road, I think those teams want to close out the series. So not really, no. I mean, 12 is so many.
So let's just say, because right now, like, my body's pretty tired. I'm thinking I'm not heading into UPS the next couple of days. I'm still adjusting to the new hours. And I was like, okay, I'm going to take Tuesday and Wednesday off. And then I looked at those games and I'm like, am I even going to be watching basketball? Although, to be fair, this is going to be a great story, right? So I was talking on the Wagering World how it was a Nuggets sweep, right? Or a gentleman's sweep for the Nuggets, right? And I said, oh, they didn't, they just kind of gave up. My buddy goes, what do you mean? That game went to overtime. And I go, it did? I turned it off with 2 minutes to go. I didn't even know that. So maybe the same thing happens. But, boy, are any of these games even going to be worth watching tomorrow night, JC? I mean, what is our NBA rundown going to be like tomorrow? I mean, is it just going to be DFS only?
Yeah.
Is there any reason to talk about any of these games?
We'll be betting performance doubles in all those games somehow, some way.
Are they going to be terrible, too? I mean, the Nuggets are minus 421, and that's the closest money line.
Yeah,
let's put all 3 of them in there as a money line.
Minus 167 spread. Minus 167.
You can't even get a knockdown.
That's actually some value, though. What you think?
Yeah.
I mean, should that be close to like minus 300?
Just throw down like 2 units on it, 2 to win 1. That's not terrible.
Wow, unbelievable there. I can't, that's why when Travis was talking about how he can't wait for NBA playoffs to start, I kind of feel that way about round two. These first rounds.
Would you consider any of them? Because you could also throw a unit on all the dogs, and if one hits, you're profitable.
So, I mean, you're basically betting on an injury. The only one it's even live is the Timberwolves.
No, it's the Clippers. The Clippers could
no
rain.
Way.
Yes, they could. That's their pathway to winning is hitting like 33s.
I don't want to be too much of a homer, but that's what I was thinking.
Okay.
Like I said, they're all
because my next question was going to be, so let's just say I give you the proverbial $100, but I was going to throw the money lines out, but you have to take a point spread. Who you guys would take the Clippers?
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be tempted to take Minnesota after they took Denver to overtime, but I don't think the Nuggets want to go back to Minnesota. So, yeah, I'm probably taking the Clippers.
All right.
All those Nuggets guys are going to shoot better at home, too. Yeah, I think the Clippers are the only team you could take.
I wonder if there's any chance PG comes back.
He looked good in practice, and he wasn't on certain injury reports, but I don't think he comes back.
I mean, so cover says early May.
He's not even on the report.
Yeah, that's the weird thing about this is
it's another week.
He isn't on any report.
No, I'm just saying he's not even listed as questionable. Kawhi Leonard's questionable.
I think Kawhi's out indefinitely.
Yeah, Kawhi's done.
I think that man will ever play again.
It's a joke.
I think he'll play again, but he's just going to keep doing this where he plays a couple games.
How old is he? When are we just going to get rid of this?
What is he, 29?
No, he's way older than that.
You would think so.
He's 31.
Okay, so
we're going to have to deal with this for 3 or 4 more years? Same thing with Oladipo. Just retire, bro.
He needs to stop. Yeah, he's going to be in a wheelchair.
To life.
What?
Kawhi Leonard's sister sentenced to life.
Yeah, you didn't see about that? Yeah.
I mean, I knew about the murder. I didn't know she was sentenced to life. Sheesh. Yeah, he could, someone will pay to keep him around, but he doesn't really seem like that kind of guy. I think he'll hang it up. Yeah.
Do you think he'll stay with the Lakers? How much longer is his contract? It's got to be up pretty soon, isn't it?
I mean, that's the only thing, right? Is he's from LA, he lives in LA, so if you're going to be in LA, why not?
It just sucks if you're the Clippers because you're giving a max slot to a guy that's not going to be there for you. So every single year you're going to be doing the same thing.
He's got one more year.
Would you resign him? Oh, okay, you're a Clippers fan. Do you want the team to resign him?
Absolutely not. I mean, no. Okay, so here's the thing, though. Say they make a deep run. Say they make the Western Conference Finals next year with him. Then, yeah, you'll be foaming at the mouth for him. It won't be smart, but we'll be wanting him.
I would.
I didn't think Spencer Smith was here today, but we mentioned dead people, and he shows up in the chat.
What'd you say, Tyler?
I'm sorry, Tyler.
I said I'd resign him if you can keep him a lot cheaper than a max deal.
Don't you think he'll get a max?
Probably can because he wants to stay in LA and he hates. The Lakers.
That he wants to stay in LA. He wants to be in his hometown. If they're listen, we just can't pay you a max with your availability, they might do one of these contracts where it's very incentive thing. If you play this many games, you get a bonus. You play this many, you get.
You don't think Houston or Minnesota or someone desperate would give him a max though?
I don't think he wants to leave. He's not a guy that's going to run to another city for money and all this other stuff. He had a dynasty built in Toronto if he would have stayed. If he's still in Toronto, they would have probably won maybe 2-3 championships with that roster. He just up and walked away when they were at their best. He was like, I'm going home. I don't even want to be here. Yeah. I don't think he's leaving anywhere for money.
I agree with both of you. That a team like Houston would offer him the max, but I don't think he's going to leave.
What money is Houston offering him after they give it all to James Harden and Jaylen Brown anyway?
I was just throwing a name out there of a team that's just desperate that, Jaylen Brown, huh?
That's what everybody's rumor is. I don't think he leaves Boston, but everyone thinks everyone thinks Udoka's taking the coaching job, Harden's going back to Houston, and Jaylen Brown's following Udoka.
I thought Udoka was going to go to Toronto.
I heard Houston.
Oh, interesting. JC, since we're not going to have you here on Wednesday, the Cavaliers will need a win to stay alive against the New York Knicks. They're -5.5. The total's down to 202 as these games continue to go under. Your thoughts there? We've seen the teams desperate in this situation. To me, it seems like Cavs are past. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I'll absolutely take the Cavs, and I'll take that over.
Yeah, I think it's
6
about time. I think
6
it's
is a
about
lot,
time.
so we might need to maybe parlay like over 205 -3, something like that to get a good payout. 6 is a lot of points.
I have 202.5 as a total, so you could probably even
That's
to
what
get the
I'm
plus
saying. No,
100,
I have
you
it
can go
at
down to
202.
199.
But no, I need better odds. Well, whatever. Yeah, however you want to get to it.
Okay.
I think you have to mess around with it because 6 is a little too many points to lay. But
I don't think so.
No?
When Cleveland won in game 2, they won by 20. I think that's their path to victory. I don't think they want to play a knockdown, drag-out game. I think
Of course, they don't
Knicks-
want to, but are they going to have a choice?
my point is this. Let's just look at the number of possibilities where they win, right? So we're going our possibilities to only a Cavalier win, right? So we're throwing out the possibility of the Knicks winning. I think it's almost like the when the Warriors played in the Kings in game 3. It just feels like if they win, they're going to blow the doors off them, right? If it's a knockdown, drag-out game, that's not their path to victory, but they do have that blow-up potential as shown in game 2 because they get hot, they get out to a 10, 15-point lead, and then Jalen Brunson's ability to create in the half court with the game on the line no longer becomes a factor. That's my point there. Why I don't mind laying the 5.5 as much, because I would say, I don't know, and obviously I'm talking, I'm not just projecting models, but I'd say if the Cavaliers win, right, we take that as a for sure, they cover 70 to 80% of the time. I just don't see that many possibilities where they win a close game. I think they blow the doors off. What do you think, Tyler?
I think it's a closer game.
Okay, so you're with JC
I mean, I
there.
think I'm with our guy Rance in the chat. The Knicks match up well, and it just seems like that game 2 was just like an outlier. They were able to blow them out, and the Knicks played well in Cleveland in game 1. So unless they just have a terrible shooting performance, I think that they get it into a grind out game. But I do think this is the game where Mitchell just scores like 45 to 50 points and they win it in the end.
All right. We'll be opposite there. We'll discuss that more on Wednesday. Kings took a little money since we got that news. The line was up to 3.5 offshore with that Fox News. They've taken a little bit of money. It's down to +3. JC, what can I expect from my team? I mean, this line saying Fox is out. If Fox is out, I mean, is it just over? Just see you next
I don't know.
year.
It's huge. I didn't know that until Tyler dropped that news a second ago.
Yeah, it just came out while we were on the air. I mean, it's
Yeah,
this
that's
isn't
let me look something. Let me look up the what's their record?
without Fox.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. We had a little stretch. My guess is it will be 2 games below 500.
4-5.
4-5, 1 game below 500. Okay.
They've beaten Cleveland, OKC, New Orleans, Utah, lost to Golden State. Wow. Hold on, let's see this box score. They lost to Golden State 97-119. Oh, that was at the beginning of the month. So that was recently.
Where was that game at?
That game. Oh, good question.
And that's the game where we sat everybody.
Sacramento.
We sat everybody in that one.
And Golden State they did have Curry and Thompson.
Golden State needed the win.
That's one of the last games of the last week where
Yeah,
it got,
we sat everyone,
that game means nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd probably stay away. I was really excited to bet the Kings in game 5. I felt like that was an easy cash, but 4-5 without Fox. It's not what you want to see.
No woman, no cry, no Fox, no win, says our guy Clyde. Yeah, Davion Mitchell season. Already back to 3.5. The second hit 3. Warriors took more money. This is kind of interesting to watch these lines. It's more like NFL lines. All right, JC, any more overall NBA thoughts before we go to best bets here? Because we don't get you till next week, and we do love everything you contribute to the show.
Oh, thank you so much, Brad. You're so kind. You're so good to me. No, man, I'm interested to see how that plays out. Like I said, otherwise, seems pretty straightforward how these series are going to play out. I don't expect any surprises, but definitely have to keep an eye on the Sacramento Kings. Excited for round 2. It's been a fun round 1. We should have a couple more good games, but yeah, excited for what next week brings.
Be ready for a surprise tonight when the Memphis Grizzlies shock the world. Tyler, what were you laughing about? Something in the chat made you laugh.
I had to laugh at our guy's comment right here. Lock in Dellavedova. That would be Steph's worst nightmare if Delly starts chasing him around again.
They were saying that Dellavedova might have like a Haslam style role with us. Like he might just
I could see it. I could definitely see it.
And they get the free coaching.
Yeah, he was on the Cavs team that played him in the finals. It's like he definitely has some insider knowledge. It's like, we got to keep this guy around.
He's an international player. Yeah.
That's great.
All right. It's time for the best bets. Remember, this show's brought to you runpuresports.com, the best in daily fantasy and sports betting information. Head on over, become a member. My promo code is SPREAD15. That gives you 15% off your first month. And, of course, these two gentlemen will give out their promo code as well with the best bet. Last thing I'm about to ask you guys before we give you the winners. Guys, hit that thumbs up. Something algorithm. Something helps us out. Something. Blah. Thank you. Tyler, your best bet for the day, side total prop.
Yeah, promo code Tyler15 if you want to sign up with my promo code. And the best bet's going to be it's going to be a performance double. Give me AD to score 25 points and the Lakers win plus 175. And then in that first game, I do like that Bucks win margin plus 140. I think they smash tonight.
I really like that AD pick. I think that,
and then
we talked about probabilities.
One other fun one spread before you go in that breakdown. If you parlayed AD's 25 plus and the Lakers win and Giannis 30 plus in Milwaukee win, that gets you 7-1.
That's fantastic. I was just going to say, just like I talked about, take out probabilities of the other team winning, right? And just do the probabilities on a certain team win. The probabilities that the Lakers win without AD scoring 25 plus, same thing. It's down to like 20%. I think it's 80% chance that he has a big night. The Grizzlies can't put Jaren Jackson on him because he'll just get in foul trouble too early, which means he has a fantastic matchup. Yeah. So, and we've seen this before, and this is why I was just hating it all year when it looked like the Lakers were going to be terrible. And I kept saying, they can flip that switch because if he plays like he is now, looking like a top 5 player in the NBA. So I really like that bet. If you do like the Lakers tonight, which most people will, I love that performance double. JC.
Before we go into JC's best bet, do you have that referee trend handy where you have that you could break down the refs trends?
Oh, yeah, he's good at that.
I think like a second to pull it. If you want a filler buster, I can get it.
Yeah, pull it up, and we'll continue to talk about it. Tyler, I do think that Memphis is more live than people are giving them credit for, though. Let's just say I wanted to be crazy. Let's just say Grizzlies are going to win tonight. I want to make a lot of money. Who is a player you'd performance double with the Grizzlies on that money line?
It would have to be Ja.
So that's what, Ja 30+ in Memphis wins? Can you pull that up for me while he's doing that?
Where are those odds at?
Dylan Brooks. 20 plus. Clyde has to transition and the Grizzlies win.
No, Morant 30 plus is plus 330. I'm not touching Brooks.
Did you want both games or just one of them?
Just the second game with the Lakers with Goebel, Wright, Irvin, and Holtcap.
Of course, Johnny's here to dance on my grave. Lakers are good again. Fox is hurt. I hope you're happy, Johnny.
Another prop I liked in that Lakers game. You could bet the stocks on DraftKings, the steals plus blocks. AD's over 4.5 at even money to go over that. He's averaging 5 blocks per game. He's cleared that number in all 3 of the games.
Yeah.
And in the one game, he didn't get a single steal. He just had 5 blocks. So I'll gladly take a shot on that.
Say that one more time because I was talking over you.
His over 4.5 stocks, the steals plus blocks on DraftKings.
All right, Tyler, stock market. What do you got for us, JC?
What do you want to know?
The trends on the refs. John Goebel.
Okay, yeah, I got it. I didn't know if there's something specific you wanted.
I didn't know if there was like a home
teams are 35 and 28 at the spread. Other 2 guys, they're pretty even. John Goebel is 27 and 35 at the over/under. Mitchell Irvin is 35 and 28 at the over/under. Sean Wright's right down the middle. Anything else that stands out? Fouls per games. No, these guys are pretty consistent.
Okay.
Biggest thing, like I said, Sean Wright, 35 and 28 home teams at the spread.
All right. Love to see it. JC, what's your best bet for the day?
Yeah. So I'm loving the Bucks tonight. I like them to cover. If you want to tack on Giannis to score 20 plus, you then get even money on that play. So not a bad look there. It's a nice, easy leg to bump up those odds. And man, if you really want to get crazy with it, Dylan Brooks over 12.5 points. Like I said, he's due to have a game. He's been close to that number, so it's not like audacious. But I'm telling you, the way this guy plays, one of these games he will pop off and he will think, and it'll be the end of the Grizzlies, right? Like your spread say, oh, if they win, they will win because Brooks scores. He thinks he's Curry. He's going to talk all the trash, and then they'll go back to Memphis, and LeBron will just embarrass him at the Forum.
All right, there you have it. I got two best bets. I'll take the Bucks minus 7.5. Let's go, Giannis. Let's go. One of my favorite teams. You guys got a bunch of girls. I got a bunch of favorite teams. I'm allowed to do that. And give me 80 over 23.5 points. I hate to say it. It's just such a good matchup for him. I can't believe it's 23.5. I mean, I understand that he's averaging less, but still, I mean, it just seems like he's going to keep getting better and better as the series goes. And I follow this guy, and I hate doing it because I hate reading it. But he's one of the guys that does the Lakers film, and he's talked about a new play that they keep running for him over and over again that makes AD so effective. And I'm not the best at strategy, but when he says they're doing it, I know it's the right thing because he's one of the best strategy breakdown guys that we have. So it feels like Darvin Ham's found what to do with AD. The matchup is too good. Give me AD over 23.5 points and the Bucks minus 7.5. Tyler, anything more from you before we throw it over to our resident thinker, right? The philosopher of our time, JC Zargo?
Nope, I got nothing else. I mean, hopefully just these two games are good. And then if you are on the playback with us tonight, it'll be me, you, Travis, and
I'm not going to be on tonight.
Oh, you're not going to
I'm not going to be on Mondays for a little while.
Oh, well, then it'll just be me, Travis, and Meg on there. So if you want to hang out with us and watch the games,
I know, I'm disappointed. I don't get to hang out on Mondays. Okay.
Should just change the date of when you got to bury your body spread instead of Monday nights. Bury them on like Sundays.
Fox is out, and I'm a murderer, huh? Boy, now I know how Kawhi's sister feels. JC, where's the wisdom before we get out of here?
You know what?